Hello, everybody. We are here on day one of the Ruby Buckle Central race. We are at the Lazy E Arena in Guthrie, Oklahoma. Now, I know you guys were expecting to see Amy Wilson when we started things off here at the EQN Sportsdesk, but she's going to be here in a little bit. We're kicking things off. I'm here today with our Director of Marketing at Ruby Buckle, Kayla Jones. You guys already know her and love her. She's the host of the Money Barrel podcast, producer of Colorado Classic. I'm also here as a special treat with Jordan Driver. She is currently leading round one of the Derby here at the Ruby Buckle on TR Heavens Illuminated. Now, where we're at as far as Ruby Buckle things go, we are just finishing off the big drag here in this arena. We've got the first 50 in the books, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about Draw 15 this morning. Ground was great. Everything was going smoothly about 8 a.m. this morning. Jordan, let's talk through that run with Cyrus, and let's go ahead and get it up on the screen and watch it this morning.
Yeah, it was really early. I was not expecting to be going that early in the morning, to be honest. He actually was pretty chill. He looks hot, but he was laid back and stuff. I was actually really glad he's had a couple of weeks off. I'm really glad to get him to run in a standard because he's been running in little pins and not running. So I was like, big open pin, you can run. And so, no, he felt great. And so this was kind of just my precursor. We have a couple rodeos this weekend to go to that are big outdoor rodeos. So I was really excited to get him run on good ground. That was the big thing for him is good ground. And I was third on the ground with some turnout. So I tried to take advantage of it and go around the barrels.
Yeah. It's a long way across the Lazy E Arena when you're coming there. That second barrel, I mean, how do you jockey that horse so smooth and honest across the pen and work him across those turns?
I tried to run him off. I know he's not going to run off, but he kind of, after he turned the first, he's been kind of just stepping off of his first barrel a little bit, so I was really trying to get him to, switch leads and get over, and that's really what I've been working on with him. But, it was a long ways over there. But, when he finally gets to stretch out, he's pretty easy to go across there if I can remember to stay two-handed. But really just run him across the pin and just try to run him off is the only thing that goes through my head half the time on him.
Yeah. Now, this is a standard pattern. Do you get to run him on a lot of standards, or how's he normally handle those situations?
When we go up north, Utah, Idaho, a bunch of those are standard patterns, but, different ground, weather conditions, it's a little different. I actually ran my first 16 on him. I think I ran a 7 in Heber City for my first time on a standard pattern on him, and I won 5th. But so it was super neat to come in here, and it's even ground. Everybody's going to run on it. But he runs in a lot. When we get into the summer, he's going to run on a lot of standard patterns, so it's kind of nice to get him in here and get him, set up for it.
I love that. Now, we get to talk about the great bloodlines at the Ruby Buckle, all these incredible stallions represented, incredible mare power. Let's talk about some of those siblings that you have coming up that you guys are excited about, where they're at, what they're doing, and relations to Cyrus.
Yeah, so obviously I believe a lot in Molly Montgomery. She trained Cyrus. She's trained actually the one my mom's running today too. So we've had a couple of horses, and we have a bunch of horses with her. We actually own 2 of his half siblings by the Goodbye Lane. One was actually we bought through the Pink Buckle a couple of years ago, and then I actually recently just bought his full brother. So a lot of TR Dashing Badger bloodlines, and of course the JL, and then the Goodbye Lane. But really the mare power has been the big thing with us. We've been trying to keep our program around that, so we're super excited about that.
One more question I've got to ask you. We've seen you everywhere lately. You mentioned the building rodeos. You're going on the road this summer. The American, you've won the Texan, the 100,000 there. You were at the college rodeo. You just won in Tarleton last weekend. Why the Ruby Buckle? Why do you make time in your schedule for this race?
When I first got Cyrus, he had won a lot with Molly, and, I wanted to prove that I could ride him, but I also wanted him to win as much as he could before, he can't be a Derby horse anymore. And so it happened to work out that I was able to come before the rodeo started. So to get him to come run, just to try to get some money for him and let him show, because I know he can. And, the rodeos pay great and stuff, but, stuff like this where he can go and win and on good ground and good conditions, we try to make it as much as we can to get to these, and especially with him being I guess he's got one more year to be in it, but just try to get his Derby earnings up and stuff like that.
I love that. We talk about that lifetime earnings, and we were just looking at the Q data leaderboards and trying to pull some reports, and there's an opportunity that Cyrus could potentially be getting close to that $500,000, maybe over that $500,000 mark this week. So, Kayla, I know you're excited to watch those lifetime earnings climb on horses. There's so many great ones. What did you think watching Jordan and Cyrus run today? I know you were down here. She was so excited, you guys. Kayla was cheering. She was riding right along with Jordan every step.
It was quite the run. You have to ride him in every stride, and he looked incredible. The ground looks incredible. The tractor crew's been here the last 2 days making sure that it is fully prepped. But to see a run like that, be number 15 to start the Derby off at 8 a.m. start of the week, it was pretty impressive. I love Jordan. I love Cyrus. I love seeing the TR Dashing Badger and the JL Dash to Heavens be represented so well. So it was really exciting. It pays $5,100 to win the round in the Derby, even more so in the Open. So you're going to be sitting pretty well to start the week off.
I'm glad it was worth getting up early.
Glad you were up early before any bad weather or anything hit this week. Speaking of everything going on this week, man, let's talk a little bit about that schedule. We've got another drag going on behind us, and talk about what people can expect. By the way, guys, all week long we're going to be streaming for free on therubybuckle.com. Make sure you're checking out that stream, and then ridetvgo.tv. It's also going to have that stream going on. You can watch it anytime, anywhere, any device with a Ride TV subscription. So, Kayla, what will they be watching this week?
The Derby is all day today. We have 331 entries. It started at 8 a.m. I think we're on about number 60 coming up here. After the Derby, we're going to have a 30-minute break and then roll straight into those futurity exhibitions. We have a great turnout in the futurity as well. Over 320 entries there. If you're late entering or need to do any changes, make sure to check in and go to the office by 4 o'clock today. And we'll be rolling through all of those futurity exhibitions. So make sure to tune in, watch. There's going to be some great horses today, as we've already seen with Jordan kicking it off.
Speaking of great horses, this drag is coming back, and we are about to watch Lipstick and Stilettos, one of those horses that ran a 16-4 last year, had an absolutely incredible run, fast time of the week. Michelle Alley is fixing to go down the alleyway. We are here on day one of the Ruby Buckle Central race. Again, I'm with Kayla Jones and Jordan Driver. I'm Casey Allen, managing editor of barrelracing.com. Make sure you guys are tuning in all week on therubybuckle.com and at Ride TV.